Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to our fourth live stream of the day. And we're here to analyze. We did the watch-alongs. We did the whole, hate watching. We did the whole, watching my club. You get me? Get the 3 points earlier on today. So we did that part. So now what we want to do is we want to analyze. We want to analyze what we watched today. Obviously, Spurs won, Chelsea won, Liverpool won, United did it today. United did it today. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Also, all these guys' channels is in the description. So, joining me for the first time on like a Premier League stream, I actually invite a Liverpool fan. You get me? Because let's hear some different opinions. Why should it always be mine? Joining us on the channel is everyone's favorite top red, boxing's #1 fan. His guy just got knocked out. You get me? Man like Rax is in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. See, they need a Liverpool fan on because you're always so neutral. You know, your opinions are always so balanced. That's why they need me on. Of course, that makes sense. 100%.
There you are. Are you throwing shots at me?
No. But now there's two of us. We could double team them as well, eh?
We could, to be fair. I look forward to that double team right there. I don't know why everything is to the right. Yeah, make it like this. Now you can see Luis Garcia signed shirt. Speaking of Luis Garcia, guys, we've got two Chelsea bums to introduce. You get me? They both play for Casual FC, so 3-0 win today. And I already could tell by the energy they showed me privately, the energy they're going to show me publicly. Andrew, Winter Surfer, sends me a message saying, "Oh, just checking. Do you still need me for 11 p.m. Now that Chelsea have won?" Marshall is sending me GIFs of him saying, "We will be there." So I already know the energy that they're coming with. Anyway, the Chelsea bums are here, guys. Andrew and Marshall. How you guys doing, guys?
We will be here. We are here.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Last week against Bournemouth, before we scored, I get these voice messages from Sam going, "Are you enjoying your performance? Are you enjoying it so far before we scored?" Nothing today, though. I do like.
So you've just shown me that I can't trust you. Because you're revealing private messages publicly. So I know now I can't ever trust
I didn't
you.
reveal your number. Just, it's like that. But I do got to say, if you want to watch something really good, watch Hassan's watch along right at half time when he's got a full panel and Cole Palmer scores the third goal. It's just glorious. Just zoom in on Hassan's face. He goes, "Oh no, Cole Palmer's made it 3-0.
This is what I live for.
That is a fake impression of me. That's just simply.
Well,
You
I
won
don't
today.
Someone might clip it and say I'm doing something wrong.
Andrew, you won today. I won today. Can we not beef? Why are we beefing?
No,
both won.
no, that's good. That's good.
Give it up, bro.
I'm all here to support Marshall in his debut. That's all. Do you know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah,
you bought Rax and Marshall bought me. That's all.
I'm glad I'm here on a win at least. Yes. Yeah. It's nice to be relevant again.
Let's hold your horses. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Let me have this. It's been 2 seasons, okay?
Relevant after beating West Ham. Anyway, speaking of, first of all, Zorro, this shows me that you don't actually watch the channel because this isn't the first time he's been here. This is his second time here. Thank you for the super chat, but you're a fraud. Second of all, when you have your Snapchat thing as your profile picture, do you think a woman is going to do like barcode, screenshot it and add you? No one will, my brother. Have some shame. No one's gonna add you via this picture. So change it. Number 2, you get me. Deji has been here before. Domination. You get me. Earlier on this Tuesday he was here. But I want to get Deji's opinions when they win as well. This is not a thing where like, oh, invite Deji on when they lose just so they can cook Spurs. No. I want to get his opinions when they win as well because I like his football views. I like how much he supports and backs his club. So joining us is a man like Deji. How are you doing, Deji, man?
Yeah, Hassan, it's a pleasure to be here, especially after doing the domination in the location, showing a little penetration. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Big up to the rest of the panel. And I guess just judging by everyone's faces, I think it's fair to say that my club is back. It's about bloody time too as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And speaking of the club being back, one thing all five of us can agree on is that Man United absolutely suck. So, speaking of, they drew 0-0 with Crystal Palace, you know. The only person who's not happy on today's stream, because everyone else is happy. Everyone else here vibes, good energy, good vibes. Deji got 3 points. I got 3 points. Rax, Marshall, and Andrew. And as a matter of fact, 3 goals, every single one of us. 3-0, 3-0, 3-1 right here. So we've seen goals as well. So joining us on the channel, back again. Unfortunately for him, he's always here when Man United are shit. I don't know why. It's not my fault. To be fair to me, I invited them 24 hours ago. I didn't know the result. I'm not. I cannot tell the future, Habibi. Khalas, I invited them. Unfortunately for him, they drew the Crystal Palace. That's not my fault. Joining us on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, he was here after Liverpool slapped up United 3-0, and he's back on the channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe to all these guys as content creators. All the links is in the description. Clovis is back on the channel. How you doing, Clovis, man? You good?
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm just gutted. Everybody else won except we drew. It had to be us. And I'm just gutted about that, man. We're gonna speak more about the game. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's kick it, man. Let's kick it.
Big up to you, my guy. Listen, let's put us in the Premier League studio. You get me? Let's go. Well, elevating the levels. Sometimes I wonder if I should do this, but then it's like it looks wrong. Should I do this or this? Let the chat choose. Should we all be next to each other, or must there be space? Anyway, look, we haven't even started yet. 150 people in the building. Clovis TV, Deji Spurs, Casually FC. Rax doesn't have a channel in it, so just go follow him on Twitter. So follow all these guys, subscribe to their channels, all that good stuff. And there is only one place to start. And I want to start in London first. You get me? Because sometimes you have to give pity to the clubs, you know, that don't usually win. So there's a club that went away to West Ham and got a surprise 3-0 victory. You get me? They surprised the world. They scored 3 goals and didn't concede. You get me? So, Joe, you know, they, for a second, my worst nightmare was coming true, which was Chelsea were above us on the table. I think if that ever thing, I might need to delete my YouTube channel. But anyway, we let Marshall speak first since he's the debutant. Tell me your thoughts on the game.
Yes, of course, man. First off, big up. Thanks for having me. Big up to everyone on the panel. And I mean, big up to the winners. And I'm sorry to United for not performing on the day.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. I just want to be polite. But anyways, so yeah, today was a great performance. Just from the jump out of the gate, just to have a goal within less than 10 minutes and be ahead of the scoreboard. It's phenomenal, and it's one of the most criticized players on the team, which is Nicholas Jackson. My fan base, rivals, everyone's saying this guy's not good enough. He should be benched. You should start Nkunku, all this and that. And Maresca put down his hammer and said, "No, I am going to decide this team. I know what's best. I know what I see in training." And he starts him, and with good reason. The man ends up getting 2 goals, 1 assist, gets the man of the match, deservedly so. I mean, him or Caicedo could have gotten it, but he was clinical today. He was phenomenal today. We saw how good he can be and what he could become. I have to remind people, this is only his 3rd ever professional season. He had a bit of a stint at Valencia, the club we got him from. 2nd professional season was last season, and this is only his 3rd ever professional season. Villarreal, sorry. So it's for the amount that we paid for him, close to 40 million, and the performances we're getting out of him, it's just good. This is good. This is good recruiting. This is good scouting, and I'm happy for him to continue to start. I'm happy for him to continue to give me these performances. 4 goals in 5 matches in the Premier League, 2 assists as well, 6 GNA total. It's good stats. It's good performances, and you can see he adds to the team. He links up really well. Another player to point out today was Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo looked brilliant today. This man was Moises Kante today, bro. Like, the way he was moving on the pitch, the tackles he was making, the interceptions, going for those 50-50s. Good performance from him. Enzo Fernandez being in that midfield maybe makes a difference, maybe helps him shine a little more. But this is a staunch difference from the Bournemouth game. And, all of us on this panel have been in those positions where sometimes you got to win ugly. And we won ugly last week. And today we had a similar performance to what we saw at Wolves. And I said back then at Wolves, that's a statement victory. That is Maresca ball that you're seeing.
I'm glad you admitted you won ugly last week. I'm glad, because some people find even that hard to admit.
Of course. I mean, I'm not gonna hide. I'm gonna try to be as subjective as possible this season, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here. I didn't want this manager. I wanted Ruben Amorim. I wanted the name that everyone knew, the fashionable, the trendy name. But at the end of the day, we got Maresca. This recruitment team said, you know what, we did our homework. We studied, and we saw that this guy, he's bold like Pep, and he trained and assisted Pep. Maybe he'll get the job done. And listen, it's still early doors. 5 games into the season, I said I'd give him 5 games, and I'm impressed with what I've seen. I'm impressed with the aggressiveness. The subs today were brilliant. We kept another clean sheet, which is another bonus, which is, I don't think we even had this many clean sheets last season at this point. So it's up and up. The team is looking better and better with each game. And I'm excited to see, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm excited to see what happens when we play Arsenal in 3 weeks, 4 weeks time. I want to see what this team can really do. But this was a hard one. This was a hard match.
Big work,
the next 2 should be, listen, I'm all for it. The next 2 matches should be wins. So we should have 9 points total before, I think there's an international break, and then we come back again, right? I believe.
Yeah.
But this is a good run of games for us to pick up points.
That's it. 2 more.
Sorry to remind you. Yeah. But then after international break, I believe we get the Arsenal fixture, which is going to be a very interesting one to really test this team.
Yeah, I mean, before anyone brings it up in the chat or anything like that was a penalty for West Ham. I admit that was a penalty. So before anyone brings it up, that was a penalty. No, I thought it was good game management today. We weren't full throttle. We weren't full throttle like we were against Wolves for the entire. We didn't have to be, because West Ham we just allowed them. I mean, yeah, they might. I think they probably had more shots than us, but there was nothing that tested Sanchez at all in goal. Nothing. They were, and on a side note, Mohamed Kudus, get out of there as soon as you can, bro. Get out of West Ham as soon as you can, Mohamed Kudus, because you are a baller. You don't deserve to stay there. But no, I thought it was a controlled game. After about 20 minutes, we sort of dropped our intensity because we didn't really need to go full throttle. We were 2-0 up. West Ham weren't doing anything. We let them have the ball a bit more. That penalty incident aside, there was nothing else really in that half. The goal was offside that they scored. We controlled it essentially. Cucurella was inverting more. We were playing. After that first half, we were playing head tennis. Even in our own defence, we were playing head tennis. I mean, we had a tougher time against Bournemouth than against West Ham. On paper, that shouldn't happen. I couldn't believe when I saw Mavropanos in the starting lineup over Todibo. This guy wanted to go to Juventus. And he's on the bench for Mavropanos. Arsenal fans don't even remember he used to play for them. Let alone start for West Ham. But back to us. Caicedo was a beast today. I always worry that Caicedo. I don't believe that Caicedo likes to play with Enzo in midfield. I just think he doesn't. But today he was an absolute beast. He won everything. There was nothing. It was like. I'm not saying the same player, but it was like Kante before all his injuries, when he just popped up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Just in the position, just tackled and just got the ball and passed it on. That's what he did. And Jackson was clinical today for once. I mean, I know this. I know what this player is. I know, like, next week he'll probably miss 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like we just got to take it. But we were so in control. We took Jackson and Palmer off on the 62nd minute of this game. The 62nd minute. Yeah. We're 3-0. It was done. We took them off. I mean, and then we were counter attack. We just let them have the ball, you know, and then we could have scored more. I think we should have beaten them 4 or 5 at least, because even our half chances were better than their full chances. It was just one. It was true. Those two, look at all their shots. They're basically straight at Sanchez. The most he did was collecting corners in that second half.
Yeah,
or punching it out or something like that. That's all he did. It was a toothless West Ham, you know, and we made them toothless. They just it was just nothing there. I mean, I heard what you said, Sam, and I agree. I couldn't believe they were crossing into Bowen when he's up against tossing Colwell and Fofana at the back, and they're crossing in. The guy's a hobbit compared to these guys. You know, I mean, what? Yeah.
Question. I don't know why I put my hand up there. It's like a bloody secondary school.
You in the back. You in the back. You your hand up.
So I know Sancho got an assist, right? How did he play in general? Was he all right, or?
Well, we didn't really use the wide so much because it was we were just boxed in the middle. We were just boxed in the middle and we're just playing through the middle. You know,
was it the first goal that he assisted? Because obviously that came,
the first goal.
Yeah, he assisted. It's like Jackson. It's one of those passes where Jackson did all the work. It's like he did 90% of the work. It wasn't like it's a shameless assist. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean?
We'll all claim that.
You know that famous Messi goal. You know that famous Messi goal in the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid where he like goes in and out of people like that, and he scores.
And
whoever passed it to him at the halfway line, it's like that. Yeah, but we used Madueke was used a bit more in the second half, but we didn't. You know, it was just one of those games. We just in full control. It didn't matter who we passed to and stuff like that. It was just one of those games, just totally dominated. And
I mean,
I expected a tougher game against West Ham. I really did. But Lopetegui tried everything and nothing worked.
We rattled Lopetegui today.
38th minute.
Lopetegui is so shit. You know, when I was doing my predictions videos in the summer, I said they've given actually good ingredients, but to a shit chef. Like you actually look at that West Ham team, they're not bad at all. Todibo, Kudus, Bowen, they've got good players, but the chef is just not chefing, bro.
I'm not going to lie. At this rate, I mean, I know it's Chelsea, but at this rate, if he keeps going in this form, I don't see him lasting.
Yeah, he's going to get sacked 100%.
Yeah, I don't.
Bro,
even the chemistry with the players.
Bowen. I'm like, bro, Colwell and Fofana are going to beat him in the air every time. Like, what the hell is wrong with it? If you want to spam crosses, bring Antonio in, bro. Like, at least do it properly, you fraud. Yeah. You know, but...
And they didn't even do that when he brought him on. They didn't even put in the process when he brought him on. They didn't do anything. It's like they had no answer. But you know what I mean? We didn't even go full throttle, even like I said, against Wolves. It was straight. That was a training session. After we scored the third
question that I wanted to ask. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So look, I mean, I've watched Chelsea, and I personally am on the fence about Chelsea. You mentioned 2 wins against two teams that have been dusty. You mentioned Wolves and you mentioned West Ham. Both of these teams are pretty rubbish. Let's be real. The only other 2 teams just as crap as those 2 teams is Man United and someone else I can't even remember. But
that's cold, bro. That's cold. That's so rude.
My bro, he gets it. My bro here, that's a United fan. He knows. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I do not know. A Spurs fan cannot be talking to me.
Bro, like I said, you're not an archaeologist.
Be talking to me.
Unless you're an archaeologist, I sit here on YouTube late evenings watching Man United of 1992, 1993. Do you know what I'm saying? But look, that jokes aside, do you really think Maresca's got Chelsea going? Because I watched you guys against Bournemouth last week, and you were dustier than Tottenham. I can't lie to you. You should have got slapped. If football was a fair game, you got dealt with by that Bournemouth team. What I'm saying is that you can beat and slap up the minnows. I mean, I wouldn't celebrate a win against West Ham. I wouldn't celebrate a win against Man United. I wouldn't celebrate a win against a Wolves team that doesn't eat meat. So I'm just wondering why you seem to be convinced that Maresca seems to have just sorted it out when you played one of the dustiest teams we've ever seen in our lives.
Aren't you the guy who celebrated the win against Everton?
I didn't celebrate my win against
Yes,
Everton.
you did. I saw you on the streams. You
Oh,
picked up. You said, you said this is how Ange plays football. You said this is how Ange plays football. We're back.
Big man.
That's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said. Yeah, so you're smiling. You know.
I'm asking a question there about Chelsea and really Chelsea.
Guys, this is the Chelsea section. Can we not make this about Spurs? We have a Spurs section. Don't worry.
No, I'm
the Chelsea section.
Can't help.
He's asking you a question about
games.
Maresca. Why are you making it about Ainge?
Listen, I know. No, listen. I expected a tougher game on paper because I know West Ham had a mixed bag, but I expected a tougher. I thought they'd be up for it. London, you know the rules, Deji, London derby and stuff like that. You think they'd be up for it a bit more, but Maresca even said it when he came out. He just, we just did what we did. We targeted them in the middle. They weren't that good. They kept putting Alvarez at the back in a back five situations. There was nothing in the middle. And he just said, just play the ball through there. Maresca's learning on the job, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? But he said, I like what he said when he came out of the interview. He said, they asked him, are they buying into your tactics? He said, well, if they're not buying in, they're not playing. You know what I mean? So
this guy
it's just one of those. I would take him because last year we lost that game, Deji. We lost that game 3-1.
Yep. We lost the Bournemouth game, or we draw the Bournemouth game last year.
He came on with no preseason, came on half an hour and gave away a penalty, bro. We dropped. From those 3 away games last season, we only got 1 point. We got 9 this year. We got to win at home, though. That's the problem.
I guess for me, what I'm seeing is that there could be a role reversal between Chelsea and Spurs. Last season
there will never be a role reversal. We will own you for life. We own you for life. There's no role reversal. We own you.
Strong and then
we own you.
I don't trust this brother, but okay.
Deji, we own you, Deji. You could be top of the table and we'd still beat you twice.
We finished above you last season.
Why are you making it about Spurs? This is bad. This is very bad.
I didn't tell you he did.
No, he didn't make it about Spurs. He's asking if Maresca's the guy.
No, he did a straight shot first.
So he said a role
no reason whatsoever. He did a straight shot to Clovis. He did a straight shot to Clovis. That's what he did. He knows it a lot.
But Deji, to add more context to this too, we haven't beaten West Ham at the London Stadium since 2017, which is the last time we won the Premier League. So there's more to it too. This is like a bogey ground for us. 2021? I thought it was 2017.
Yeah, Werner scored and then missed that seal.
Okay, so this is a bogey ground for us, just like the Molyneux is. So for us to win, it's a big win. It's a big win. We're expected to win the next 2 games, but this one was one where I don't know, we could lose, we could win. So for us to win and keep a clean sheet on top of it, it's signs are looking up and up. And listen, I suffered through your ex-manager last season, I'm glad that's done.
I just want to say, listen, I put down a win against West Ham, 2-1, but I didn't expect it to be that easy. Yeah. That's the thing. I expected a lot more. And like I said, side note, Mohamed Kudus, get your agent to get you out of there as soon as possible, bro, because you're not gonna do well there.
He's got that release clause.
Come to my club.
That's fine. Just get him out. Just at West Ham, he will drown at West Ham. Under Lopetegui, 5 at the back, he's gonna drown, bro. He's gonna get injured or drown. One of those, But yeah. We're above Liverpool for a few hours anyway. That's good.
It's weird, isn't it? Because West Ham, Sam probably told you, I always see West Ham away and think, you know what? If their fans are up for it, and if they can make it difficult for you, If you get the first goal, then it makes it a lot easier. I remember going there and winning 4-1 or something, and we battered them on the counter attack 3 or 4 times. It looked like you guys got a couple of counter attack goals today as well.
Yeah. They're all counter attack, really.
But from what I've seen this season, they look like they've got a really soft underbelly.
It's because he's a defensive coach. He's a defensive coach as well.
And this way, I'm looking like I want to play West Ham away as soon as possible. And I look at the fixtures next. We've got them in the EFL Cup on Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever it is. So, but
he's playing Mavropanos over to Debo. You know what I mean? He deserves to get sacked.
He's a madman.
That is mad. He's mad. And remember, he was at Wolves as well. It's not as if he pulled up any trees at Wolves. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh my God, Wolves are so great. They're going, they're mid-table or surprise challenger for Europe. No, this guy was only famous because he got fired from Spain before the World Cup because he agreed to deal with Real Madrid. You know what I mean? This guy's it's only because of that, and then he got fired like 6 months into his job or something at Real Madrid. I think he tried. Listen, I don't know what he was trying today. Last week he took Souček off at half-time. This time he brings him on 38 minutes. It's just playing Alvarez dropping so far back as a third centre back.
David Moyes cooked that fan base, and rightfully so. You get me? Because they won a trophy and they were playing well, but they're just doing too much.
He'll be back there by January. I bet he'll be back there by January.
That would be insane.
For the third time. For the third time, that would be
David
mad.
Moyes trilogy
that
would
will
be
actually
crazy.
be funny. Anyway, let me do a couple of these super chats before we head to the Spurs section. Big up to Redline telling us SpongeBob calling out Mr. Bean's Spurs versus United. I can't lie. You know, this whole it's a mid-off. It is a mid-off.
It's not mid-off. We're not involved. They're by themselves. We're on bigger, better things. You know that.
That says United is
Man's a bigger fish to fry. That's Arsenal saying.
Say again.
You're on bigger what, Deji?
We're on bigger things, bro. To
Like
be honest, I'm not gonna lie to
you.
you. I don't remember.
Epic Cup.
I don't remember speaking to a Man U fan this year.
No, I do not remember. Wait, I do not remember speaking to a Spurs fan, even on the first place.
Because let me tell you why I don't speak to Man U fans. We keep doing this kind of ancient Egypt kind of thing.
No, we don't.
We're trying to bring out lost relics.
No, we don't.
You man are not.
And you haven't. So
you man aren't anyone.
We don't eat on the same plate, my friend. We don't.
Bro, Spurs will finish above Man United standard. And nobody was surprised about your results.
And that is the only trophy you will get for life.
Bro,
hey,
no one was surprised. We're going for bigger, better things. Man United, you're
like
done
what, though? You're not saying bigger.
Bro, I can't wait to see you on this channel claiming that you support Brighton.
I will be here. I will be here. I will be here looking at you, watching you, taking your bomb violently like you always say, and I will be here. You will hold it. I can't wait,
bro. I hope Man United do enough for us to meet again.
You guys face each other, I swear, in 2 weeks, right?
Next Sunday.
I can't wait to slap them up, to be honest.
Next Sunday.
Get them out of the way.
You guys
I
know
said
what to do.
if Postecoglou doesn't win his next 3 games, I wanted him out. The 3 games were Coventry, Brentford, and Man United. Why did I say that? Because if you can't beat any of them 3 teams, he doesn't deserve a job. 3 of the dustiest teams I've ever seen. We've already completed 2 of them. We've just got 1 more to go, and then he can keep his job.
Fair enough. I respect it. Fair enough. Big up to Eunice, who says Osam with 8 soundboard hits in 2 minutes, no comport. This is the soundboard guy. Not me. I don't even have a soundboard. Give him a sound effect.
Not yet. Yeah, I got you.
Very well. See? It wasn't even
Should have done the sound one.
We got Hannah Grace.
Big up. Big up to Jack, who says, big up everyone, like the video, 115 plus 15, we are here. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Let's get to 150 likes ASAP. There's 450 people locked in. Big up to you guys, man. Big up to you. Bigger things like jellyfishing with Patrick. Oh, that live. I love you guys, man. Honestly, this chat is just undefeated. Anyway, speaking of, you get me. You guys have been throwing shots at Spurs anyway, so you might as well make them the next section. Big up to all of you guys. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Subscribe to all these guys' channels as well. All their links are in the description. Deji, 3-1, Brentford win. Talk to the people, brother. What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, what you got today, if anyone who saw the game, those who didn't get to see the game, it was a classic case of all the domination in the location with the penetration. The issue that Tottenham have had, we've played the best football in the league so far this season. The biggest issue has been for whatever reason, we just don't take our shots, we don't finish off our dinner. And today we decided that we're going to put that right. And that, just so you know, and it's a word of warning to my fellow panelists, sometimes you need a wake-up call. And midweek against Coventry was Spurs' wake-up call. We were moments of going out. It was one of the dusty. You see, with me, I've got standards. I will never tell you that was part of the plan, like some Arsenal fans. Yeah, we sat back and we knew we were going to score. I didn't know we were going to score. I didn't know we were going to win. It was dusty, but we got the result. But I said, you know what, this could be a moment in time where Tottenham go on a run. Today, we slapped that Brentford team out. I can't believe that was the same Brentford team that almost took Man City last week to the wire. The way we punished them, it was like men against boys, to be honest with you. And that's why I said that my club is back. We just need to shoot. And the difference is, like, Spurs, we beat ourselves. Arsenal, they were there for the taking. They were dusty. But, you know, whatever. Moving forward now, one of the best footballing teams in the league, I reckon, was second to City and Liverpool, you know, in terms of, you know, possession, sourcing on the pitch. Definitely not Man United, definitely not Arsenal. I think Spurs go on a run now, guys.
Man just keeps putting Man United in there for no reason. I'm prompted.
You know what? And for me, moving forward now,
not in the same building.
Just has to beat Man U, and then he keeps his job.
You're not wrong.
Building.
You're not wrong.
Stop it. We are not in the same building, please.
Bro, you're right about that. You're right. I was surprised when you were when you was invited. I can't lie to you, but anyway.
No, I should be surprised because everybody here is having a trophy, and you.
I'm just saying.
I love it. I'm
just saying, bro. Out of all of us on the panel, can I remind you that out of all of us on the panel, you didn't win.
We drew.
I mean, I'd hate to see. I'd hate to see.
What can you say?
This should have been the main event tonight. This boxing match.
What are you gonna tell us tonight?
I'm waiting for my section to come.
Don't worry.
You go ahead. You go ahead. You almost lost against Coventry, and now you're shaking your bum violently.
I am. Let me tell you why I'm shaking my bum violently. I'm shaking my bum violently because Solanke got off the score sheet today. Madders got off the score sheet today. The boys that we were looking to, we look like, someone put it in my watch along, it looks like Tottenham have leveled up. They understand themselves. There was some chemistry we haven't had in the last couple of games. So for me, I will shake my bum. I always said it before. I said it that I'd rather start slow, finish strong. I'm letting you guys know the kind of barren period is over. We are back. We're here for it. All my predictions for what I was expecting from my club, they stand. Yeah, I'm looking at top 3, top 4 this season, and I'm ready to chop Man United. I mean, next week, like I said, I watched you against Crystal Palace. It was one of the driest games.
Solanke with the Mo Salah celebration as well. Let's get
no.
So I can't wait.
It's not true though.
But I will say this. I think that's it for United. I really do. I think
what is it? Your head was above the water against Coventry. You could not even make it out.
At the end of the day,
and now you're speaking about.
Sometimes you need to get roughed up. Can I just say that you got a cheeky win against Coventry last year? Don't forget, you were very lucky to get through to the final. So don't go shaking your bum like Coventry or some minnows. You got a dusty refereeing. You got a dusty result against them last year. So anyway, but look, I think Tottenham are back. I'm excited. I think we're cooking, and now it's just for my players.
You know what it is? I want to make an executive decision. Tottenham won. It's been a fantastic 3-minute section. I'm gonna make an executive decision. Let's talk about Man United. Fuck it. We have to have the Man United section. Have to while Deji's here. Because listen, Spurs won. No one. I speak for Rax, Andrew, and Marshall. No one wants to say anything. Well done. Congratulations. Solanke scored all that stuff. Fantastic. Yeah. Clovis, you get me. Guys, like the video. Like the video.
Perfect segue.
This is so entertaining. Like the
By
video.
the way, guys, like the video.
I think Deji said enough about Man United history.
Talk to me. What happened at Selhurst Park, brother? Talk to the people.
Unlike Mr. Deji here, I'm not going to be shameless. Okay, after one game, I'm not going to be like, oh, like the 7-0. I wasn't like, oh my God, no, I wasn't. That is something we should be doing. Against Crystal Palace today, we dominated the first half. Dominated part of the second half, but if it wasn't for Onana, we would have lost the game. You know, and that is on the players for not finishing their dinner the first half. You know what I've seen online, most Man United fans blaming Ten Hag. It's a trending thing to do. This game today, we were just unlucky. We should have won the game 3-0 with Garnacho hitting the bar twice. Bruno Fernandes was having a shocking game today.
Another shocking game.
And he was having a shocking game. And the only thing I would blame Ten Hag for was keeping him on. He should have been soft. That is why I'm going to blame Eric Ten Hag. But he's not the reason we lost the game. Ali, we didn't lose, we drew. But it feels to me like a loss because we should have won this game. We dropped 2 points because the players could not finish their dinner. And he took off Xerxes, and Xerxes was the glue in the front three. His hold-up play and the way he passes the ball in the final third was really good. But he got subbed off, and we lost that control. There was no control anymore. Ericsson was subbed off, no control anymore. But first half, we absolutely dominated Crystal Palace. What can I say?
One thing I'll give you credit for, Clovis.
Yeah.
One thing I rate is you're not sitting here saying Ten Hag, because the players let you down today. That's a fact.
Yeah, the players absolutely.
Because Henderson was Henderson, the Palace goalkeeper. He was the man of the match. So what does that?
Yeah, he was the man of the match. Absolutely, but to me, I just felt like we should have won this game today. Like there's no excuses, and it's crazy to me that Man United fans, the first thing that they want to do is come out and blame Eric Ten Hag. Usually we do for his style of play, but today we are not talking about his style of play.
He does make some odd changes though, bro. Like you said,
can't you blame him for the changes though?
And he's done that twice this season where
but
you can see players are playing well and then he takes them off. Like that bit I don't understand.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I can blame him for some changes. Like Bruno Fernandes though, he should have been soft off. You understand? Or he should have kept either Garnacho or Ahmad today.
What did you think of the Xerxes sub? Because that's the one people are talking about.
Yeah. The Xerxes one was really, really bad. Like he shouldn't have been subbed off. To me though. And I felt like, again, him making the choice to sub him off actually took out the control we had on the first place. But then again, the players gave the manager the reason why they should be subbed, because the first half we should have been three goals. We should have been 3 goals up, and the players did not even score. So
you want to know what's the biggest problem for you? Is that the problem that you mentioned is a real problem, but there is no solution for it because no one in your front line actually scores goals. That's the actual issue. Unless it's like Garnacho is having a good game.
Sometimes Ahmad, we don't really score goals like that, and that is this season has been a constant problem for us,
Do you
and when
think
we decide to score,
that can improve?
It's a media team.
Do you see signs? Because the only thing also with United is at least they're creating more this season than last season. Last season it was a bore fest from start to finish. I do see at least you're creating some opportunities. There's some semblance of build-up play, and it doesn't look completely like lost. At the same time, you've got 7 points out of a possible 15. And look, it goes both ways. But that first game of the season, obviously, you won it with a last-minute goal. All of a sudden, you could, I know you also lost the game last minute against Brighton, but if things go a little even more pear-shaped for you, you could be sitting here with like 5 points from 15, which would be a disastrous start, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, you're absolutely true. Looking at so far, I mean, the 4 games we have played, I will not lie to you, the game that is really, really, really up to date, a problem was the Liverpool game. That is the game where I'm sitting there looking at
That's
it.
That's the real domination in the location right there. Your own backyard as well.
Your
own backyard as well.
That's nice one. Actually, that is the only game that I felt everything went wrong. Everything from the minute one, everything went wrong. From the passes, they could not string a pass together. They could not even, throw the ball perfectly. Everything went wrong. Apart from that, like you clearly said, we have been creating.
Clovis, do you think your fans protect your players a lot, and it's always like manager all the time?
Yes, and that is what has been happening. It's a trending thing to do. Like today, I clearly saw the first thing that the analysis fans want to give, the first thing they will say is on Eric Ten Hag. Like, where did you come up with the conclusion?
Like, first half alone, he could have been 3-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you want Eric Ten Hag to wear his boots and actually go and score for himself? Like, come on.
But Clovis, like,
well, I mean, he's playing
surely
Christian Eriksen. He's playing.
But Christian Eriksen had a good performance. He had a good performance today. No, it was Bruno Fernandes that really stunk it up.
No, I mean, he has no complaint. Our midfield is not a problem. Last season was a huge problem. This season, everything today we are not even talking about the style of play.
Manchester United had 70% possession.
Yeah, bro. Today it's not even the style of play or the midfield or the back line. Today is.
I know the rest of us are used to it, but this is not normal for Man United. 70%.
This is literally not normal, and we are still, like with the new players Eric Ten Hag has. Somehow we see, a style of play, and also, how the build up to how we create chances. The only thing we can't do is finish, and that was just it today.
And you know what? This Crystal Palace have not started well at all this season either.
No,
there is a big difference in the Palace team. They look very, very different without. At least obviously he's a quality player, but like Mateta's form.
No Anderson either
has dropped off. I mean, they took that. I mean, Adam Wharton, we didn't really do much today. They took him off. I know Eze had a couple of chances or stuff like that. But, like everyone's saying, Henderson got man of the match. So that means that you basically pummeled them. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's just your attack is rubbish. Let's just face it, right? That's why you scored 58, 57 goals last season. I think the defense has improved, but your attack just can't finish. And I mean, Garnacho, he's running Garnacho into the ground. You know what I mean? He
played the whole 90.
Every time he leaves the pitch, he looks like he needs an oxygen tank. Every time he leaves the pitch. Do you know what I mean? He just looks like... And then he took...
Looks like he's playing in 2020, man.
He took Ahmed Diallo, and it was like, are you playing for a point? Was he playing for... Do you think he was like... The subs were like...
But that's what I'm getting at. Like, I get what... Clovis, I get where you're coming from with, like, the United fan base constantly blaming Ten Hag. And but the thing is, like, if this is a game where you need to go for the win, especially with the form you guys started off the season, why take off the players that he took off? That's where, like, I get the criticism of the manager. Because if you need to go for the game, you keep Xerxes on. Why are you bringing on Rashford?
Yeah,
he's not going to win you the game.
Where I'm going to explain this. Like, we have a lot of games coming up, right? Everybody needs minutes. That's one thing. And also, don't forget the injuries we had last season. There's PTSD right there. And the third thing, like I said, the thing I'm going to get onto Ten Hag for was the fact that he subbed off Xerxes. For the rest, the wingers, I really don't care, because they came in. What did they do? Rashford did not even do anything when he came on. So, like, and plus they were not scoring. It was like they will never score. So you're giving the manager a reason to be subbed, literally.
Yeah. That's the point.
You understand? I get why Man United fans, some Man United fans want to blame Eric Ten Hag, but that's not the reason we drew today. That is really not the reason we drew today.
Yeah, you got no one. Listen,
like
I say again,
it's like for example. Sorry to cut you there. It's like for example, Brandon Johnson scoring today. He never scores. Like literally.
Yeah.
I think getting his first goal today.
I just say again, I listen. I can understand that's why I never stood in the summer. Like, I can understand you guys being like, yeah, we've got these transfers and that transfers, but your attack stinks. Do you know what I mean? It's probably, it's probably one. I don't know how anyone can have confidence. You've got an attack that
this season
57 goals. You repeated the same transfer you did last summer by buying an attacker from Italy who barely scored double-figure goals. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. Right?
I know you guys didn't want Sterling, but I thought that deal would have been at least an improvement. I know Sterling's not great, but
listen, I wanted Sterling. I personally wanted Sterling.
Yeah.
Some Man United fans did not want Sterling because of his form, but I thought It changed.
He's better than Mason Mount.
Scenario. I mean, he's
Hey, listen,
better.
we gave him to you in good condition, okay? That's all I'll say.
I mean, he's better, but listen, like the game today was just unlucky. And another thing, Onana made 2 saves today, right? Is he now going to be called world class? Because the shit I saw yesterday with Raya being named a world class because he saved the penalty. Is Onana world class today, Osam?
No. Says
Okay.
who saving a world class penalty makes
No,
you
no,
world
I'm just asking. I'm just asking because Raya was being all over social media.
No, the only thing I
You
will
guys
say,
love to throw. You know the world class before. The word world class before used to have weight and meaning.
Yes.
Now you can throw it at every fucker who has like 3 good games. Everyone need to chill, okay?
I struggle to
There's
find
2
people to call world class.
Let me just say this, yeah? There's 3 world class keepers in the whole world. Alisson, Courtois, Ederson. Everyone else don't say world class. And Neuer, I'm gonna put him in there because he's fucking Manuel Neuer. And that's it. No one.
Like,
When you say the word world class, it's essentially the concept of basically getting into any team in world football. Kylian Mbappe is world class. Mo Salah is world class. Vinicius is world class. Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, the best of the best. World class ain't no random guy. Just he saved the penalty. He's world class.
And the key word in it is consistency. Consistency. You know, I've not seen Raya just started. He hasn't won anything even on the first place to be named world class. He just saved a goddamn penalty. I mean, Onana did that last season, did that this season, and did that today. It was not a penalty, but he saved a clear goal. That should have been.
the only thing I would say about Raya though is that he does look like I remember watching the game against Spurs last week, and I did think to myself, he does look like a safe pair of hands. He did that double save against Villa. He did the double save midweek against Atalanta. And, you know, if you're going to win a title, people always forget about the goalkeepers. That's what changed it for Liverpool, in my opinion. That's what changed. The very best teams have very top keepers. And Raya just looks like this season he stepped it up. Unlike the Tottenham goalkeeper, vicarious liability, where you can just see that he's just causing panic in the box. So look, I think Onana is a good keeper. I think the Man United players have exposed him. I think the style of play have exposed him. And so you can't see, because his distribution is second to none. It's fantastic. But you can't talk about the distribution because the players he's distributing it to are dusty. And that's part of the problem. So
thank you.
The one thing that I think is sad about Man United, though, and this is no banter at all. When I look at that team, although you played well tonight, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't. I don't see the goals. I don't see how you guys go on a run of games and push yourself back into the top 4. I think what you guys will do is you win the odd game. Like, I was looking at it, you lost 14 games last season. The way it's looking, you could lose 14 games this season.
Yeah.
I know.
The way it went last season was.
Last season
what I'll say is last season, I think Ten Hag would get close to the sack, then all of a sudden he'd get like a couple of results, like maybe 2 or 3 games.
Then he'll win the Carabao Cup.
And then he'll have another few bad games. People we talking about. So he was always kind of like just about surviving.
No, I don't think that will fly this season.
But this season, it seems like you are playing better, but the results haven't come yet. Now, maybe it's a process, right? Maybe it's something
it will get better. It
will get better. Yeah. So maybe that's the case. But I'm looking at right now. You know, you talk about like people talked about Chelsea's finishing last season. I'm looking at United and Bournemouth that have underperformed the XG by 5, more than 5. Sorry, in 5 games. You're missing a significant number of chances, more than any other team in the league, and that needs to turn around for your form to turn around, I reckon.
That needs to turn around for real.
But to add on, but to add on to what. To add on to what Rax is saying too, I think last season you had the dilemma of, it's the players downing tools. Some of these players need to go. They got complacent. And then there's the other half of the United fan base saying, oh, no, it's the manager. This season, he got backed by Ineos. A lot of players got booted out. A lot of new players are in. You got Ugarte, you got Xerxes, so on and so forth. Now there's not many excuses for Ten Hag. He has to deliver this season or he's gone.
He has to deliver, but you know what Ten Hag lacks though, and I don't feel like enough United fans spot this. I mean, I know a lot of that, but really what he's doing is he's trying to turn Manchester United Old Trafford into Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. This obsession. You've got to have played for Ajax. You've got to be playing for Ajax, or you've got to be a future Ajax player. It's the most maddest thing. When every single player pretty much has an Ajax connection. I just want to see
it's not guaranteed. At Old Trafford,
I just want to see someone from Inter Milan get brought in. I want to see someone from bloody, I don't know, PSG get brought in. It's terrible. Even the players, Xerxes, all these players, these are not Man U players. These are not good enough for a club of your stature. Yeah. That's why clubs like Spurs, Brighton, you get me, Bournemouth, Fulham, they can back to Man United. Man United can't beat Fulham. You can't. They will bang you. That's so sad. That is so sad.
Basically, what he's saying is you have no fear factor for any club.
Yeah, we
have no
fear
factor. It's fear factor Man United. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. No fear factor.
That's 10 years ago. Come on now.
The fear factor was, when everything came, but now it's gone because, I mean, this season is left to be seen. A lot of it. We have a new.
Yeah, but you saw the way Brighton pulled up to play against you, Clovis. It's like they were on the front foot. They wanted to score. They tried. It's like they tried. Not like they were shy of trying.
No, true, really. But so far this season, again, the baby steps we have been taking is closing up the gaps every Ten Hag usually keeps, trying to play from the back, creating a lot of chances. Now the only jigsaw to the puzzle is the finishing, which if the players up front don't fix up, we will have a problem. And Deji will be coming out and saying we are dusty. So today, literally today was just because
I would like to thank Garnacho and thank Bruno Fernandes and thank all the guys that missed chances today. Thank you, because you made this possible.
Oh my God. But I mean, listen, if we would have lost this game, I would have been livid. Like I would have been out of here.
And it was close. There was
it was very close. It was very close.
Clovis, the way Deji treated you after just a draw, I fear if you would have lost today, how he would have treated you if you'd lost.
Listen,
he just drew and he just
listen. I would have voted because I mean the manager cannot. He cannot afford to lose such a game, But the good thing is we actually played well. If we play worse and drew today, I will be having a different conversation. I just cannot sit here and back the manager like that. I'm balanced with my statements, I'm balanced with my views and what I want to say. But then today was just not only on Ten Hag. It was not on Ten Hag. It was on the players to win the game. Our technical players like Ahmad, Xerxes, Christian Eriksen, these players, he selected the players today to win the game, and they did not deliver. So if they can't score in this type of games, coming up to other games, where are we going to get?
Xerxes is so weird because the one thing that actually weirds me out about Xerxes, some people say he's finishing because he's a good footballer, but the thing that I just can't understand, he has good link-up play, good passing. You can tell he's smart and he's technically good. Like but for some reason, his first touch is like Lukaku. I just don't get it. His first touch is always like 5 yards heavy, but everything else, he looks like a very good, based on a Billy E footballer type guy. Like he looks very good. But then,
he was.
He's aesthetically pleasing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, he's really
trying to work out.
He's really good.
What we need to do for Man United, and I'm trying not to go into what I understand of FIFA, because I look at this Man United team and I think you've got to bring in Paul Scholes, you've got to bring in Ryan Giggs, You know what I mean? You got to bring in some of the old heroes to kind of save you because
Got
the
one
way
of the
you're
games.
going,
He's got Maresca already. They got
Take him
Maresca
out
on
of
the bench.
retirement.
get him out there. I just hope Man United, for all of our sake, can turn this around. I mean that.
I believe we will turn this
No,
around.
I don't.
You guys,
Okay.
you guys can finish in the
You
top
guys
eight
can
or
stay
nine.
down there.
Yeah,
I'm
hell
just-
no.
You know what it is? It's
If we
hard
start
for me to
thinking
see
we'll
Man
get
United struggling. I can't lie. Even as a Spurs fan,
It's not hard
very
for me.
to
I'm
watch.
loving every second.
Yeah, no, I love
If we
this.
can get Man United 8th or 9th this season, I think that would be great.
What's up?
This is redemption for all the games that they got away with last
I
season.
love that,
They
man.
can hold that. They can hold that.
You missed that. He said
Yeah,
eight,
I heard it.
He said he can get him alive. You missed that at the end.
Yes, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
We were so shit last season, and we managed to win it. That
I
is
like Deji
crazy.
trying to do this whole like, oh, I'm happy for like I want to be happy for them and so fuck that. No,
It's
no,
not
no.
sympathy.
He said if we could get him 8 for
No,
9.
The longer they're crap, the better. I'm just honest.
No, listen. This season, I believe we're going to turn it around. I believe so. You know, it's not just. I'm not just saying this just to say it, because so far, the games we have played, we can clearly see we actually play games. We just need to score. You know, and when it clicks, it's going to be good. But
Listen, I think
it's going to take time. It's gonna take time.
He spent the Spurs section shitting on Man United, and now he's like, man, I want United back. I don't believe you. I really don't.
Sorry, Deji started this in the Chelsea section. He said a great job.
Yeah.
But
He started feeling bad. He pulled it back a bit.
It's a disruptor.
He said, I need to put more good
Like,
karma into
yeah,
the
but I
world.
want you back though. Like I want you back. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go.
No, he
Come
said,
on,
then he said, if they finish 8th or 9th, it'll be good. If they finish, we want them back. When it's 8th or 9th, it'll be good.
8 or 9. That's not
But
good.
you know, but legitly, like it sounds like banter, and then you just got to look at the teams. And does that United team beat Newcastle? No. Do they beat Villa? No. Do they beat Nottingham Forest? No. Do they beat? Do they beat Fulham? No. Do they beat Brighton? No. Do they beat Spurs? No. I mean, you just keep saying no. So 8 or 9 is even polite.
It's left to be seen this season.
Are United in the Premier League or the Championship? I can't remember anymore.
Literally, we cannot come out of 4 games, and now you're now counting all these teams.
But the funny part is he says all that, and then he says, "I want United back." But how? Like, how?
Like that's funny. Like you cannot see. That's funny.
How are you not enjoying this? Please.
That's funny.
Sending me
But
mixed signals,
United
Deji.
have less cohesion than Brentford, Fulham, Brighton, Forest, and more. Barnsley and Southampton are just distractions.
There you go.
Do you remember these
Yeah.
guys after they beat Barnsley 7-0? Oh my
Yeah.
days.
We're back.
Oh my days, bro. The reactions after that game. Rax, you were there. I know you know, Rax. I know you know. You were there, brother. We were celebrating beating Milan in the San Siro, and they were celebrating a 7-0 win against
Listen,
Bayern.
listen. You know I love Terry, right? But we started the stream on the terrace talking about Man United for about 20 minutes. I was like, "What's going on here? We just played the Champions League."
No, like Barnsley, you know. Barnsley at home as well.
I mean, that's nothing to write about, please.
Listen, anyway, I'll be honest with you, Clovis. Had you lost, listen, you were at the stadium last season and you lost 4-0. You get me? So 0-0 draw. We can let you breathe.
I'm going to take that, you know. So.
Hey, Deji is right. You're dusted. Big up to you, Sir Rafael. Big up to Sir Rafael. Big up to Redline Taranga,
Against
Jackie,
him, I will not be
Redline
dusted.
Taranga, and Zoro. Big up to every single super chatter. Deji has to go now, so big up to you, Deji, guys. Deji Spurs is in
Guys,
the
thank you so much.
Big
It
up,
was a
Deji.
pleasure.
Big up,
Thank
big
you.
up.
Good talk, bro. Good talk.
Clovis is relieved. Clovis is relieved. You're on the
Oh, I'm not. I like this guy. He's
Big up, Clo. Big up. That was hilarious. Big up, my guy, Deji, man. Listen, big up to everyone here. We only have one section left anyway. You know,
Newcastle?
Liverpool win, convincing win at home to Bournemouth. So make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. Let's get to 200 likes at least while we're live chat. Come on, let's do that. That is possible. Big up to Sir Rafael. Thank you, my brother. You get me. Listen, that was the funniest shit ever. Honestly, what genuinely made me laugh with his argument is after shitting on United for an hour, he's like, yeah, but I want them back.
You want them back.
The line I say again at the end, yeah, if we can get them to 8th or 9th, it'll be a good
Yeah, I'm
season.
like, yeah. Anyway, speaking of the Don Dadas, it's time to talk about the Kings of Europe. Rax, talk to me, Habibi. What are you saying?
we played well. It was a good result. We needed that. I think just after the situation, obviously with Forest last week, that was a awful performance. And even though we obviously went away to Milan and did the business, we all know Milan are rubbish at the moment. And I thought it'd be, on paper, Bournemouth at home versus Liverpool. You think that should be pretty straightforward. And as it turned out to be, it was pretty straightforward. They created a few decent chances in the first half, to give them credit. And obviously the disallowed goal, if that had been a few centimeters the other direction, it could have really put us in a difficult situation. The crowd, if we go 1-0 down and the crowd become a bit unsure. But actually we came back, we held it together, and we came back, and ultimately I think it turned into a pretty straightforward win. And look, for the games that we've had this season, I didn't expect us to lose any of them. Maybe you could say Man United's a bit of an unknown. Man United away could be a draw. And as it's turned out, apart from the Forest result, it has been pretty straightforward. But the Forest result also makes me be at that little bit cautious because new manager coming in, the team is pretty established. But in general, we've done pretty well. The transition, I think, from Klopp to Slot couldn't really have gone much better. But I'm a little bit hesitant. I still don't know exactly where we are because I don't think we've been tested to our full extent just yet.
You don't think Forrest tested you?
No, not really. We didn't perform like I think we should have performed, and I think it's a different kind of test. I guess maybe that is a. Look,
do you mean like you're totally dominating throughout the game and you pop up with a win, or you mean something like that?
Yeah, look, I think we're gonna be playing Real Madrid pretty soon. We're gonna play Bayer Leverkusen pretty soon. I think Arsenal and City are on the horizon in October. So let's see where we are then. Look, I think Forest gave us a taste of what teams will do. They'll come park the bus and make it difficult for us and try and capitalize on breaks and stuff like that. So I guess it's a different kind of test.
Can we talk about the first goal you scored, that bozo Kepa?
Thank you for reminding the Chelsea fan base, the ones that still have faith in that guy. That he's a bozo.
Let's not do that, please.
No. But that was a clear, blatant Kepa style mistake. Come on.
So Kepa's.
Let's talk about Hassan's two favorite players, Nunez and Diaz. He's been bigging them up all summer. What did you think of Darwin Nunez and Diaz today, Sam? You like them? Like the performances?
So you're asking me questions? So
I'm asking you questions, yeah.
Wow, he's asking me questions. You're a fraud.
It's your section.
You are a fraud. Because you're doing this on purpose, because your segue to the question is Husam's two favorite players. You're such a fraud. You're the biggest fraud in this whole panel. Honestly, you're the biggest fraud in this whole panel. And you're doing this on purpose. And we play you before we play Arsenal, by the way. October 20th. We're going to ruin your life. I hope you know this, at Anfield. And then you're going to come here and I'm going to violate both of you. But, oh my God!
I'm expecting that.
That's a great time.
No, it is. It's epic. It's legendary. Thank you.
Guys, let's not do the shameless thing. Diaz has 5 goals in 5 games. If he were to carry on like this, he'd score 38 goals this season. That's not going to happen. So let's just chill out. You got me. I don't just take it chill,
but to the Liverpool panel though, you don't think Arne Slot is getting the better out of Luis Diaz, because he's turned a new page, to be honest. And if he continues on like this, it's a pleasant surprise for you guys. It really is, because we were looking at that attack and Jota injury prone, Diaz not performing, Nunez not clinical. It was really Mo Salah that was really carrying that attack for you guys. Now that Luis Diaz is showing up, it might be a good thing for you guys, and maybe it's a good sign.
Who do you think from this list in May will be in the list? Honestly.
Nicholas Jackson, of course.
So now I will use your logic. We should all apologize to John Duran, Brian Mbuemo, Harvey Barnes, Noni Madueke, and Yohan Wissa. We have to apologize. See? That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what your problem is? You're all frauds. It's match week 5, you guys. Wallahi, it's match day 5. Can everyone just
You're
breathe?
right.
Take a chill. Last week it was Forest, and the whole world.
Still hasn't said. You could just say he played well. We move on. We didn't have to hang up to
Yes,
this.
I can say he played well, but then people demanding apologies and shit. That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like the apologies thing is going a little bit too far just yet. But ultimately, look, if he gets 30 GA over the season, then I think a lot of people will apologise because those are incredible numbers. I think that Diaz before I think had been with us a season and a half at the end of last year, and was it a season and a half or 2.5 seasons? I can't even remember.
Jan 22, right? Jan 22.
I think so.
Yeah, January, the quadruple charge season.
Yeah. So at that point, you think he's had a season and a half to acclimatise, and
in January it's going to be 3 years basically, Rax.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you would think after 2.5 seasons he should be hitting the ground running more and showing better form. And I think that there were still question marks about him. I think he had good moments and he showed good glimpses. He obviously had that injury which kind of affected it, in the first season. So we will see. I've been pleasantly surprised by what he's done this season and so far, and long may it continue. And because a lot of people have been talking about maybe Gakpo should be playing there, maybe we should even be putting Chiesa out there, or even Nunez out there potentially, or Jota out there. And if people have been asking that kind of question, I think it's with some justification. His form since he's signed for us has been a little bit underwhelming. When people have linked him to Barcelona, there have been Liverpool fans who've been saying, you know what, let's get our money back, let's get the 50 million back.
How did they get the summer if offered it?
So yeah, and if he can make people eat their words, and I've been not a critic, but I have had my doubts, then we would all be happy. Like I would be happy.
By the way, Rax doubted Ryan Gravenberg. You don't see me here 5 games in. Oh, apologize to Gravenberg, bro. Relax.
No, listen, Gravenberg has been, painfully speaking, Gravenberg has been good. I will not lie.
He's been very good. He's been very good.
He turned the page around.
Is it fair to say on form?
He's looking like a new player. He's really looking like a new player, and kudos to him. He's really playing all the games I've watched. He has been solid. As for Diaz, I really hope this form continues because really, last season he was.
So I can be allowed back in Colombia as well. It would be nice.
Diaz. I mean, I hope this form continues for him. Last season was not really going well for him. This season happens to, scoring 2 goals now, really on form. And yeah, I mean, Slot has been doing well with the whole team, turning a lot of players around, making them look like, players they should be playing when they first bought them. And now they definitely look like you guys are what of the Premier League, the first. I mean, it's
say again.
nice.
Say that again. I didn't catch that.
You guys are of the Premier League.
Oh man, I can hear the pain. I can hear the pain in your voice, Clovis.
Like I said, painfully speaking. I mean.
Slot
has been doing well. The Forest game was just an eye opening. And teams like that will do that to you,
And today Terry asked me a question. Even Rax and myself answered the exact same way. We don't know if it's only a blip yet until like 3 more games, 4 more games.
Yes,
we'll find
out. That's what I was.
Because I'll be honest with you, this is not even arrogance. This is genuine realism. I expect us to beat West Ham, Wolves, Bologna, and Crystal Palace until the international break. Not a single one of them I'm looking at and going like, man, that's such a tough game. And no, we have to win the next 4 games, and then we'll say, and then the international break comes, and we can all take a step back and go like, you know what, Nottingham Forest was a blip. Right now, I can't say that. It's funny because people always talk about Diaz and Nunez. Listen, in my infamous rampage against them in the end of last season, one guy was called Dumb, one guy was called Dumber. Dumb shows me that I have at least a form of respect for you. I have like a little bit love, for Diaz, because Diaz at least did something. The other guy now, you're a liar. In the biggest liar in the world and a hypocrite. If you told me when he took that on his weak foot, you're like, oh, goal. You're a liar. Everyone was shocked. He himself was shocked. The teammates were shocked. Our fans were shocked. His family was shocked. Marcelo Bielsa watching Uruguay man, he was shocked. Everyone is shocked because he doesn't do that shit. So let's not act like, oh, this is a weekly thing, and you must.
That's why I said Diaz. I said Diaz. I didn't say Nunez.
Respectfully,
but again, look, if he turns it round, and again,
Darwin Nunez has 48 big chances missed, and
I don't have any hope for Darwin Nunez. I'm just talking about Diaz.
He has 4. No, Rax.
No,
You're very good with numbers. So am I.
Yeah.
He has 14 big chances scored and 48 big chances missed. Meaning, out of 2 big chances, he scored 14. I will apologize if he gets 30 Premier League goals. That's the only way I'm apologizing to that guy right there. With Diaz, that guy, 30 goals, and then I will say sorry. Before then, I'm not saying sorry.
With Slot, better start making that video now, so.
No, hell no. I ain't gonna apologize for nobody until I see some consistency, man.
You never know.
These guys.
No, I think you're right. I think what was good today, that I know he got an assist or anything, but it's good that it wasn't all down to Mo Salah again today. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah,
I think that's a good sign, because last year, let's face it, man, you know what, he deserves the start of this season off after what he did last year. Do you know what I mean? It was basically him by himself. You know what I mean? Carrying that attack. But I just thought, good finishes. Trent's now been involved like 100. Is it 100 goals, 100 league goals or something? He's been involved.
Goals and assists. Trent 100 goals and goals or assists.
Yeah, goals and assists. So
for a fullback, those are incredible.
That's insane numbers. I mean, you don't even. Yeah, it's just insane numbers. Yeah, it's just a good win, very good win. Another clean sheet as well. So
yeah, and that's been impressive too.
Mm-hmm. And look, I think, like I said, there are going to be bigger challenges to come. And what I wanted from the start of this season, when I looked at the fixtures, I thought, you know what? Let's get Arne Slot era starting. There may be some teething troubles. There may be some, adjustments required. Let's get these easier games out of the way, and it gives us a solid base to build on for the tougher challenges that are to come. Yeah. And after international break, there's a run of fixtures which are going to be, are really going to test our mettle. And both Champions League.
Yeah, but it's like a warm-up. It's like Chelsea first, and then Leipzig, and then Arsenal away. Like, you warm up step by step. Chelsea being the easiest one out of the 3. Then you go Leipzig away.
We'll see.
And then you play Arsenal.
That's the same as us.
Anyway, speaking of all your fixtures. Big up to all of you guys. We're going to wrap up the stream here. This stream is going to take you over to Casually FC. You get me? That's the worst flex ever. Oh,
what?
That's the worst flex ever. You're flexing. Ain't like there is zero grams of muscle in that screenshot.
Shut up, all right? Just sign off. You know what I mean?
Anyway, I don't want to fight like Clovis and Deji. Anyway,
that wasn't a fight. That wasn't a fight, bro.
That was beautiful. Anyway, this stream is gonna take you to Casual FC, and we have to raid.
Big up.
When we raid, we are assholes. We don't trade in a nice way.
Oh Jesus!
So what are we gonna spam the chat with? We are gonna spam the chat with Maresca out. That's what everyone's spamming the chat with. So every single one of you guys, I'm gonna be in that chat as well, spamming Maresca out. Casual FC is about to go live, guys. Please go subscribe to all these content creators, because obviously they give us the time to come here and talk their mind. So Casually FC, Rack on Twitter. This is his @ right here. Clovis as well has a YouTube channel. It's in the description. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to Deji as well. Love you all. Pre-recorded Liverpool thing dropping in the morning. And then I have the Arsenal City watch along, inshallah, and then Ahwa. So it's going to be hell. So see you guys tomorrow, inshallah.